Frankie, obviously, big opportunity Sunday night. I mean, is this what you guys want, a win and in, and just to have that opportunity to get in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think that's what we all want. I mean, win and get in, man. So you can't take it lightly. They're a good team. They can come in. They're fighting for something as well. So we just got to be on P's and Q's, and you can go out there and play our way.
Is it harder going up against a rookie quarterback, not a ton of film, just the one game against the Giants?
Yeah. So you don't have much film on him, but dude got talent, man. He got drafted for a reason. He's there, and the organization wants him there. So probably an underdog mentality, with Kirk and whatever situation that got going on, man. But he got some fight in him, and he got an arm on him. So we just got to do a good job of keeping him in the pocket, and make it a phone booth for him.
What did you make of his debut?
Sorry, say it again.
What did you make of Penix's debut?
He threw a couple of balls, man. I'm still trying to figure out his game. You know what I mean? So it's his second game against us, and we're gonna try our best, man. Do what we do, and just keep it about us.
So you look like a harder guy to bring down. So there was one Giants guy who had a blitz and couldn't be able to spin out of that one.
Yeah, I think I know the play you're talking about. He's kind of elusive, man. He got some young legs, man, getting his feet well wet, and so we just gotta do a good job of wrapping him up and running on feet on contact. He's like I said, they're coming in here, they fighting for something as well, and we can't let that happen.
Where's just the overall confidence level of this team, especially after the way you guys were able to close out Sunday?
Man, it's up there for sure. But like I said, man, we're never complacent on where we at, and there's a couple of plays we left out there, man. We haven't blinked, and we wanted to keep it that way, and heading into this weekend.
You guys have played pretty well in primetime games this season. What sort of a statement would you make this Sunday with over Atlanta?
Man, just do our job, man. I can't say anything ahead, and just be in the moment. And when we're there, just winning moments, we got to capitalize on that. So, I know all the guys, man, they getting their bodies right, getting their minds right for the contest on Sunday. And when that time show up, we're gonna be ready.
You guys were able to shut Saquon down in the second half of that game. What about Bijan? It's another big challenge this week.
Yeah, man. I played against him when I was with Carolina. Dude's really shifty. He's good, ball skills. He's good in the field, open space. He's man. My hat's off to him. He's a good running back, and like I said, we just got to stop him early, and keep it one-dimensional for him, man. And once he get going, then he can get going. So, like I said, we just got to do our job at the end of the day.
Forgive me if I'm forgetting an obvious one, but what's like the biggest game that you would say you played in your NFL career prior to Washington?
Like as far as just like stats or just like biggest. I mean, I think this is the biggest.
This is the biggest one?
Yeah, I don't think out of my career, I never really made it this far or make it to, this type of run. And I'm going for something and winning the division. So, and just being there and being in present, man, I'm just blessed, man. And I know a lot of guys feel the same way too. And, I can't wait.
All right, thanks.
Terry, obviously huge opportunity for this team this weekend. Sunday Night Football, win and in. How does that feel after everything you guys have put together this year?
I'm trying not to smile. It's exciting to be to put ourselves in this position, to have a chance at the playoffs. We don't think it's in the bag at all, though, coming in Sunday Night Football with the Falcons, who are coming off a good win, who are still in the playoff race. So it's going to be a four-quarter battle, and we're looking forward to the challenges they present. But it's definitely exciting to be playing meaningful football at this time of year because everybody's is not. So for us to be able to put things together and have a chance to put ourselves in the playoffs is why we work so hard.
Offensively, you guys were able to really cook last week, but the turnovers almost undid you.
Yeah.
What's the message been this week about just as a team protecting the ball?
Protecting the football, DQ emphasizes all the time. It always comes down to the ball. So offensively, we have to protect it, and defensively, we have to take it away. So last week wasn't to our standard at all. I said that after the game, and fortunately enough for us, we were able to make enough plays to put ourselves in a position to have a chance to win the game. But you never want to rely on those kind of situations, and oftentimes when you turn over the ball 5 times, it doesn't come come out in your favor. So, yeah, we have to do a really good job of protecting the football, and that's not just comes down to the quarterbacks or one player. It's a collective effort. You know what I mean? Even when somebody else has the ball in their hands, making sure we have burgundy jerseys that are around the ball just in case the unfortunate does happen. Jesse Bates is doing a great job of attacking the football like he does every year. He's a ball hawk, and so you got to know where he's going to be. And each defense, they're teaching the peanut punch. So you just got to be really prepared to tuck the football when you're in traffic, put two hands on it, and especially if it's going to be a little wet this weekend, we got to be prepared to really take care of the football because possessions are at a premium at this time of year, and you can't afford to turn over the ball and expect to win these kind of games.
You mentioned the challenges that they're able to present Atlanta. What's maybe stood out to you about their brand of football and what they put on the field this year?
Yeah, with Coach Raheem, I think they have an identity of just really being tough and flying around. And they have a lot of playmakers on defense, from the D-line to the linebackers to the DBs. You got impactful players at all three levels. So for us, we have to be able to win our matchups. We have to take what they're going to give us if they're playing zone. And if we get matched up in man, we have to win our one-on-ones on the perimeter. I think the O-line has to continue to do a good job just giving Jaden time down the field, which I feel like they did a really good job last week. And, we got to, again, just stay ahead of the sticks. I think that's the key for our offensive. Trying to be as mistake-free as possible just to give ourselves a chance to extend drives and get in the red zone and score touchdowns. And so, they are a very opportunistic defense who've gotten their hand on the football a lot.
Bet you can't guess what we wanted to ask you about.
How was your Christmas? That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, it was a great day. First one with the boys. That Madden's old enough to really understand what's going on. So that was fun.
A lot's been said about you and Nick Sirianni maybe bumping into each other after the game. Can you just tell us what happened and what's happened since?
I'm not really going to get into the specifics, but just two people that really love to compete, I would say. Nick and I had a great relationship when I was there. We still have a great relationship. And I think it's definitely been blown way out of proportion. We spoke. We're good. There's no ill feelings on my part, and I don't think there's any ill feelings on his part. It's just something in the heat of the moment probably got blown out of proportion and maybe misunderstanding. But at the end of the day, him and I are fine. Everyone knows how I feel about that place and that building. But at the same time, I love being here. And so everything is getting blown way out of proportion.
Are you known as an aggressive high-fiver?
No. I would say I'm pretty even-keeled. I didn't mean any disrespect by it. And, yeah, I don't really have much to comment. I think it's not a story in my eyes. Like, I haven't thought about this since Sunday. And so for me, it's just now that it's coming to light, everyone knows. But I haven't wasted any thought on this. This is just something that two guys who have competed with each other and against each other now for multiple times. And we both want to win, and that's the bottom line. And there's no ill feelings on my part, and there's no ill will on his part. Yep. Cool.
Can we just do one on the game?
Yeah,
Obviously.
I would love that. I would love that.
Obviously, big opportunity. When you signed with this organization, did you think, hey, we're going to be in playoff consideration right away?
I mean, I'd be lying if I was adamant that I was all in on the playoffs when I first signed here. But after being here with the guys that they brought in and Coach Quinn and Cliff and seeing Jaden being here, you knew that we had the possibility to do something special because we had a lot of talented players and dudes that love the process. And I feel like if you have that combination of guys that really buy in and practice hard and focus on improving, that you're going to give yourself a chance to win every game. Obviously, it hasn't played out that we've been perfect, but we've grown a lot together over the year. And we feel like we need to be playing our best football right now, and we feel like we're playing good football. Obviously, the turnovers hurt us a lot on this past week, but just to be able to have the opportunity to go out there, play meaningful football in December, this is why you grind so hard in the offseason. This is why you have hard training camps. It's for moments like this, and so we're excited for it.
How much do you pay attention to your own personal numbers and continuing to climb the ranks among tight ends?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in my career, I don't really focus on that stuff. I've had a lot of catches. I've been fortunate to play for a lot of great coaches that have put me in situations to be successful. But at this point, it's just finding ways to win football games. Doesn't matter if I have 1 catch or 10 catches. To me, I just want to go out there, put good stuff on film, and find ways to win football games. And that earlier in my career I'll get worked up about how many catches, how many yards, how many targets, but now there's so much you can't control as a receiver that you really just go out there and try and put good stuff on film. And I feel like I'm playing at a high level this year. I feel like I'm getting open at a high level. I feel like the coaches are happy with how I'm doing. So I need to go do it again on Sunday.
Coming off the concussion, everything feel good last week and continuing into this week?
Yeah, the concussion really wasn't the issue last week. It was my shoulders that really presented a problem for me going into the game. I didn't really know if I was going to be able to play as we got later to the week, and it really had nothing to do with the concussion stuff. But I figured if there was a chance that I could be even 50%, 60% to help the guys, maybe draw a little attention from coverages so other guys could get open, that I wasn't going to miss the game. And so I feel a lot better this week, so I'm excited to get out there again.
Is that shoulder something that you'll just have to continue to monitor throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, it feels a lot better this week. Just the way I fell on it, the way I got compressed on that play where I hurt my head, everything just kind of, it just was one of the worst feeling plays I've ever had. And so it was tough last week a lot, emotionally, physically, was really hard. And so just to be able to play in the game and try and make an impact was what I was focused on, but I feel a lot better now.
I know this is, you've been in a lot of big games in your career, Bobby has too. Is there anything you guys can talk to these guys about? Because it is a win and you clinch, right?
Yeah, you just can't make it bigger than it is. It's still football. Once that ball snapped, nothing else matters. It's not anything different than what they've been doing on. Coach Quinn does a phenomenal job at his messaging, and from week one, he's always said that it's a championship week. Whether it was the preseason to week 1 to week 8, everything was a championship game mentality, and so we don't change our process. I feel like when you start changing things, that's when you've kind of not approached it the right way all season. You can't get to week 16 and start trying to do more. You got to stick to your process, whatever got you here, and go out there and play free. Because when you play free, you're able to play at your best.
I know we asked you going back to Philly what that was going to be like. Has DQ mentioned at all playing Atlanta?
He has not. I feel like as players we know, obviously, but he hasn't made a big deal out of it, and that's not surprising for us. He's just a guy that's completely focused on the task at hand. He doesn't want to bring any distractions or added stress to anybody. Even last week when I was going through all that stuff, he was like, hey, just focus on today. Don't worry about Sunday. We'll evaluate every day for what it is. And he's the same person every day. I feel like guys love playing for him. But obviously we know that he was there for a long time. And so it's going to be a great environment. I'm sure he's got a lot of great people there that he still has relationships with. But he wants this one, obviously, like we all do.
First things first, a lot of energy and just the DMV about Sunday, about this team. Just how are you guys feeling and how excited you are just to be in front of those fans on Sunday night?
We got an opportunity to do some things that we haven't done here in a long time. I feel like we control our own future, though. We just got to lock in and come in and prepare the way we're supposed to, master our game plan, and just go out there Sunday and produce.
And last week, everything was rocking in that stadium from start to finish. Going into this week, how excited are you expecting that stadium and the fan base?
Oh, yeah, man. I know the fans, they feed off us, so when they come out and, like defensive-wise, when they come out and just make a whole bunch of noise, it makes the offense just mess up their cadence and all that stuff. So it's good for us.
Ron, you've been here a while. How different does this feel, having this opportunity at this stage?
I just feel like it's always December football is always the hardest. Like you either fighting for a chance to get in, or you fighting for a chance to stay in, or you just fighting for a berth. You feel me? So it's December football. You always got to put out.
And then how tough is it facing a rookie quarterback? There's really not much tape on him. He's played one game. Like, are you going back and watching Washington games? How do you get ready for Penix?
No, we still watching like their game plan. They got their game plan. They might try to veer away from some things that they were doing with a more experienced quarterback, but they still got a crazy run game that we have to try to stop. And he's a playmaker, so he can make plays with his feet. So we just got to watch out for that.
This might be silly. I acknowledge that. Does it change going against a lefty quarterback?
Yeah, it changed for like blind sides. Now the blind side is on the left other than the right side. So some guys might get opportunities on the left side now.
Hey, Dorrance, are there any some sort of keys that you're looking forward to putting out there on the field?
Just play as one. That's pretty much it. I really can't go around the sweating right now, but just play as one. Be a unit and have fun.
Perfect. That was it. You're
You gotta
go.
What's up? No. I was just trying to get away from the sweat.
I'm sorry, dude. When you're going up against a rookie that there's really just not much tape on, like how do you prepare for a kid like Penix, big arm?
We know he can throw. We know he can run. Keep him in the pocket. Push the pocket. And pretty much it.
When you've got a guy that's that inexperienced, do you guys kind of look at each other like, man, we got to get to this kid?
For sure. He hasn't seen us, just us in general. So, of course, we kind of licking our chops to get to him. So, yeah.
And then him being a lefty, does that impact your game rushing at all?
It puts me on the blind side now. So,
exciting?
Yeah, for sure, always.
Obviously, big opportunity this week. How are you feeling? You feel like you're going to be out on that field Sunday night?
Yeah, I feel good, excited, ready to play, ready to go out there and be back with the team again.
What does it say about this team? You've been here a while, and now you got a chance to clinch the playoffs the week before the final week of the regular season. Just how much have you guys grown this season?
Man, it's incredible. Whenever you can go into a game, speaking about last week, and turn the ball over 5 times and still, find a way to gut out a win, I think that says a lot about the culture that, Coach Quinn and Mr. Peters have built. And, I think we're just, excited about the opportunity ahead of us.
What's it say about Jaden?
It says a lot, man. It says whenever you have a guy like that behind the center, you always have a chance.
Hey, John, you've been able to sit back and look at this team and this defense overall. What have you seen in the growth in this team overall?
Yeah, no, I love the physicality that we play with. I think, week in and week out, there's always something that we can improve on, but the way this team runs and hits is always exciting to watch and, be a part of. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most this weekend.
John, as you were recovering, how did you maintain your strength and just making sure you're physically ready to come back once you were fully healthy?
I think a lot of it is about diet. You know what I mean? That's going to be the biggest key when you're injured or not really able to work out and run like you used to. So for me, just focusing on my diet, having a shelf helped out so much, and that really made things a lot better for me when I came back.
Have they told you that you're going to play Sunday, or is there any doubt in your mind? Or have they told you that?
To my knowledge, it is, but I don't want to speak for them. Obviously, we'll see moving forward. I'm preparing as if I'm playing, so we'll go from there.
Hey, John, they said that in December the football is won in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, for an offense to have success, they have to be able to move the line of scrimmage and, control the pass rush, and, vice versa for the defense. You got to be able to rush the passer, stop the box with light numbers at times, and, get after the quarterback when you can with just 4. So it's definitely won a loss in the trenches from my point of view.
John, obviously you've been here for a while and have gone through all the downs. Now that this season's been up, what's it tough to watch as opposed to being able to get out there and do what you normally do?
Whenever you're not out there with the team is always tough, but, knowing all the guys in the locker room, it was exciting for them, and I knew there was going to be an opportunity for me to come back. So I'm excited that, it should be this week, but if not, whenever the time is, I'll be glad to be back out there.
How much better do you feel just getting the second week of work in before you'd have to get out?
No, night and day difference. I mean, football's not a game you can just pick up and run with after not playing for a while. So having 2 weeks to really work and get ready is huge for me.
Different is it when you go get eggs now as opposed to the years previous when you've been in this town? You're from here. But
yeah.
You know what it's like when they're good and when they're not good.
Everyone's excited to be a part of this organization right now, and it's fun. So I'm blessed and excited and just glad to be here.
Have you noticed, just like going to the grocery store or whatever, more people wearing gear?
For sure. 9-day difference.
What's the jersey you see the most?
Oh, Jaden Daniels or Terry McLaurin for sure.
Is that buggy as a defensive guy?
Not at all, man. Those are 2 great guys, and we all agree Terry deserves all of it.